Hello, Nasrene. How are you?
Hi, Paul. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very, very, very good. Okay, so before we even talk about the music, qualified pharmacist.
Indeed, yes. Qualified pharmacist as of, I think, three years now. Yeah, 3 years working as a pharmacist in total. Yeah, it's been good. I do it part time and music part time, which has been interesting.
And how's it been going, the whole juggling between the two?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a locum pharmacist, which means I'm part-time. So I go in all over Johannesburg when I'm needed. And yeah, music is pretty much at the forefront, and I'm doing that as much as I can. I'm writing probably most days. And yeah, so it's been good, and it's been helpful during lockdown, especially without having, performing opportunities and stuff like that. So it's good to have like this sort of career going on in the background.
Growing up, getting into music, where did that all begin?
So I started writing songs, lyrics, and I don't think I knew that, like, I'd be singing or performing, but I definitely always wanted to write and like be in like the songwriting process. I started writing when I was around 10, 11, 12. I know that's a big jump, 3 years, but I'm not sure where it started. Um, and yeah, and then in high school, I started performing and taking it to the next step. And I think only in my final year of university, I decided to actually make like a full proper song and start this whole journey.
I know it's difficult to narrow down like your favorite music, but like if you go with maybe an era or a genre, what would it be?
Like now, like what I like grew up
Let's
listening
do
to.
both.
So when I was younger, I loved like boy bands, and I mean even Britney and Christina, they were like ultimately amazing for me. So yeah, very cheesy pop back in the day. I think I'm more varied now. I like listening to God, Astrid S. Um, who else? I guess it's like pop, but also I don't know if there's a genre. I don't know. It's hard to. I like to stay current. You know.
Music these days doesn't seem to be as definitively categorized as it used to be. Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
you would have like, your R&B, your pop, your dance, your rock back then. Nowadays it feels like it's all blended a bit.
Exactly. It's blurred. I mean, I'm trying to think of like what is definitive of pop, like what is pop music, Um, and there isn't any. I think
Mm.
that's kind of great. It's what's popular at that time,
Mm.
which I guess is the definition. But yeah, so in that sense, and I like to keep my music like that. I don't know if like I'm pop or whatever. So it's cool.
You went overseas as well. Tell us about that.
Yes, so in 2019, I started, taking it a bit more seriously, and I went to do some songwriting camps overseas. So I went to Norway, and that was the first songwriting camp I've been to, and I think that was like, oh, like it took me so much out of my comfort zone because I didn't do much of it, and then I'm like all of a sudden in a room with like people from American Idol and Eurovision, and I'm just like, what am I doing here, honestly? But the fact that I made a difference, or you know gave an input and really contributed to the songs we made in that time. I thought, well, you know what, I'm capable. I think I can do this, and that was definitely a stepping stone for me, and definitely took it to the next level.
And you actually collaborated with one of the people that you met over there.
Yes. Uh, well, after that, I went to ADE, the Amsterdam
Oh,
Dance
yes,
Band,
yes.
to the Netherlands, and met a whole bunch of people. David Gresham organized many like songwriting sessions with B&G artists, and one of the writers and producers is who I'm collaborating and who I've collaborated with for parties in the park, David Westmeyer. So that
Mm.
was a very fortunate and great meet, because we were able to keep that going for so long.
And how was it releasing your EP, Go With Feelings. I mean, that must have been quite a rush for you, as you know, a new up and coming artist. And now there's this, albeit a small body, but it is a body of work that you've now put out into the world.
Exactly. I was excited. Uh, I think just 3 months before that, I released my debut single with the label, and so from then till the release of Go With Feelings, it was really like putting everything into this project and being super excited about it. I was lucky enough to release it before lockdown, and I had that little bit of
The
buzz,
launch.
and the launch was really fun to be around so many people, and yeah, so it was a great experience, and I'm happy that I have that collection of work out. It's very personal. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Are you looking at an album going forward?
eventually I'd like to release an album and have that, but I mean, eh, people, I don't know if people, listeners have the attention span for an album, you know so it would be cool to release, and keep releasing on a regular basis. For me, that's my short-term goal. Eventually I'd love to release an album and have like a full body of work out there. But yeah, so far I'm just trying to keep it going and have music out.
Because it's not like in the old days where you would have a CD and then you driving in the car, you put the CD on and you'll probably listen through the entire CD. And because you just don't have the energy to change the CD, you would probably listen to it a few times over and get to know all the songs on the album. And the way people
Yeah,
consume music is completely different now.
I know. And you sort of get your money's worth when you buy your album, when you buy the CD. You want
Yes.
to listen to it over and over. With Spotify and like Apple and stuff, you just don't. There's just so much to listen to. You just
Mm.
don't have that opportunity. Um, but yeah, look, I'm. How do you feel about the music shutting down? I'm kind of sad about that, but it's the way of the world right now. Hey.
I'm also very sad about that. I've still got walls of CDs, but I will never ever get rid of them, because they're special to me. Those are albums I grew up with.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I hold my CD collection very valuable. It's very valuable to me, you
Yes.
know. So yeah.
Even though if you were to sell the CDs, you'd probably sell them for like $2 to $5. Because I mean
Uh,
that's
Only
all.
for now, but maybe in the future it will be like way high.
How awesome would that be? I'll be like rich.
Selling it to the kids.
Okay, cool. Parties in the Park. Let's chat about that. It's a very catchy song, and you kind of wrote it just to be happy. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I was having a sort of dull day, and it was cold, and I wanted to be out in the sun. And I had a Zoom writing session with David Westmeyer that day. He was, I think he had just got back from being out, or I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I remember being like really jealous of his situation over there. Um, and I was like, well, let's, for this song, like, just be transported somewhere and like be in Vondel Park, or just, yeah. And I wanted to just have a song that is kind of embracing the fact that we're here, and um, you know things will get better, and yeah. And it made me feel good at the time, and I'm glad that it actually got released into the world.
Absolutely. It's a good song. It's a really good song. Um, okay, can we talk about what we probably shouldn't talk about, but Liverpool? I saw on your Insta that video.
Conquered all of England, we never had a doubt. Well, maybe just a little when COVID took us out. Sadio and Mo Salah at Fields of Anfield Road. We are all a family, though we live around the world. Ale, ale, ale. Ale, ale, ale. Ale, ale, ale. Ale, ale, ale. We've conquered all of England, Manchester down to London. It's the end of the drought.
So let's just clear the air. You're a Liverpool fan?
I am. Yes. How does that make you feel? I'm just trying to gauge what you're.
A Manchester United fan?
Okay, so not
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, I mean, I've always been into sport, especially football, and my family are huge Liverpool fans. I grew up watching them, and yeah, this was just a huge moment for us last year, you know, winning the league and stuff. So I had to sing about it, and that's what you saw on my Instagram.
Apologies, because I don't know all the Liverpool songs, but like, did you make that up? Or?
Why not? Yeah. I remember. So my brother called me, or he was like, "You need to write a song about Liverpool winning the league." I wish it was my idea. It wasn't. My brother just wanted to probably rub it in his friend's face or something like that, and he was like, "Please write me a song." And of course, the Champions League version was Jamie Webster's version, where he wrote "Ale Ale Ale," and it was to, you know, Champions of Europe. And then I thought, let me do a Champions of England version. And yeah, I wrote it in about 10 minutes, recorded it, and yeah, got a lot of mixed, a mixed response. Obviously, naturally, there's a lot of football rivalry, but yeah, it was good. It was fun.
You see, that's just it. That's how I can appreciate you as an artist, because you're singing about something that I absolutely despise, yet I still kind of like the song.
Oh, yay, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I like the way you sing it as well. It's very, very cool. Have you ever thought of like just sort of posting it on, I know you posted it on your Insta, but post it on social media for like hashtag PL fans or something like that?
I was thinking maybe it's a bit too late. Like I was waiting, maybe we might win again. I don't know. But yeah, like I don't know. I'd like to do more parodies and stuff. It's really fun to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need some motivation to do it.
It's very, very cool. I like it anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, instruments you play?
Yeah, you know, I'm self-taught. I taught myself to play the guitar and a little bit of piano to write songs and to, yeah, I think it's been a good help in getting like the songwriting going and stuff. I believe like you have to know some of it, you know. I'm not like theoretic music theory, yeah, whatever is the word, but but I definitely like to be, you know, as clued up as I can be.
And what about producing? Do you do any producing?
I have. So last year during the lockdown, I actually did a production course with Grime House.
Yes.
Is Cape Town producer, yeah, and Chad Lawrence, and yeah, I did a little sort of crash course in, I think it was a few weeks, and it got me to know at least the fundamentals and to have a kickstart in at least doing my own demos and stuff like that, which I've been using yeah, to my advantage. And I think it was good because I had the time to do a course like that. So yeah, it's cool.
Cool. And what about coming to Cape Town? I know that you love the sunshine. It is raining where you are. It is windy here, but we have the sunshine. Are you planning on a trip to Cape Town?
I would love to come to Cape Town immediately, and beaches are open now, so yay.
Yes.
I'd love to come, and you know, it's such a beautiful place, and I always feel like calm and inspired there. So I'd love to be there and come and have a chat with you.
Absolutely. No, you're more than welcome. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. Can you tell us something that nobody knows about you?
I don't know if nobody knows, but not many people would know that I love to do different accents. I maybe shouldn't say that when it could be told to do it, but I'm not going to attempt it, but I do love to do that. My close friends know this about me. Yeah, and I'm very goofy. I think that's something.
Okay. Do the accents come out when you get goofy?
Yes, and also when I get nervous, I just like to try to do random things. It's a defense mechanism, I think. Probably.
Okay. Like some people just make jokes. You like do random things and do accents and
Yeah,
stuff.
I just do different personas. I'm like, let me just channel this character and start doing that. Yeah.
So what kind, okay, I know you said you're not going to do them, but what kind of accents?
I mean, I like trying different things. Yeah, like, I'd like to do the American, the British. I tried to do, I'm terribly bad at Australian, which is weird because it's supposed to be more similar to ours, but I guess that's probably the reason. I just can't get that right, but I'm learning, and you better stay tuned for that.
Okay, all right. So follow you on Insta.
Yes, follow me on Insta so you can hear my really bad take on the Australian accent.
I know you said you enjoy sports. Do you play anything?
Yes. Well, not after school, but yeah, I like to keep fit. I like to go running, and in school I did play some football. But we had a girls team, and I liked
Cool.
that. It's just a pity that it never it doesn't stay on after that. But yeah, I like to keep active. I was very big on going to the gym before lockdown. I was always going. I like to do Pilates and yoga and stuff like that. But unfortunately, just me personally, I get, I'm being very cautious, even though like gyms and stuff are open, like I haven't been going, but I do try to do it like every morning here at home. So.
No, absolutely. I'm exactly the same. I hear you there. Obviously, I mean, you grew up listening to music, wanting to be a singer, but what was a point where you actually decided, listen, I need to give this a try. I need to stop dreaming and actually do it.
Yeah, I was in my final year of university, and I went to a script concert, and when they performed, they were here in Joburg that year, and watching them perform, I was like immediately transformed. I mean, I knew I loved it, but I didn't know how much. And like that moment, I can't explain the feeling, but I just realized that I want to like feel this way all the time. And yeah, I thought I could give it a shot. I think like the week after, I try to get hold of some producers and say, look, I just want to like finish a song. Yeah, and I never looked back ever since then. Yeah.
Other passions aside from music?
I'm passionate about healthcare. I am
Yes.
a pharmacist, and that's really important to me, is to be involved in healthcare. And yeah, I think it's a good career that I've kind of built for myself because I do enjoy it. And yeah, that would be my other passion.
So random questions. Do you eat the crust?
Yes, I do.
I don't understand people who cut it off. Sorry, I was watching something the other day that reminded me that's a question I want to ask you. I don't know why.
Oh, that's a good one. No. Yeah, I definitely eat it. I think I've always eaten it. I've never had that privilege. My mom would be like, "Don't waste your food." So yeah.
Yeah. Is there a question in an interview that you've never been asked but wanted to be asked?
I think you've nailed all the questions. I don't know. I'll have a think and get back to you. So next chat you can ask me.
Is that a nice way of saying stop now, Paul? Stop.
No.
Okay. What is the most out of date thing in your house? Just to give you an example, I have a VCR.
Yeah, I was thinking we don't even have that now. So like, I think we moved recently, like 4 years ago. So in that time, I would have had so many things. But you kind of declutter as you're moving to a new space. So unfortunately or fortunately, I don't have many outdated things. So probably maybe a CD player, if that's probably now outdated. Huh?
Okay, now that makes me feel old.
Yeah, no, well, me too. makes me
Yeah.
feel old since I have that. So yeah.
I believe it's your birthday month this month, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
job.
Do you know how I had to dig to find that out?
How did you do that?
I
suppose
found a lot
Facebook,
of things
huh?
out about you, actually.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm scared
I
you
found
won't mention
I found your dissertation.
You did. Did
This
you
is
read
sounding
it?
quite scary, actually. Yeah.
I know
No,
it comes
all
up. It's
100
like,
and what 130 odd pages. No, seriously, it's just Google. Honestly, it's really not.
yeah, I know.
I didn't invest.
It's
I
quite
didn't hire an investigator or anything like that.
it's quite funny to like have parties in the park, pharmacy dissertation, like parties. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway,
Are you into star signs? Do you read a horoscope?
I do. Shamefully, yeah, I do. Sometimes. I think there was something that was a bit negative that I read a couple months ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing this anymore. No way. I was all for it when there was like, yeah, this is gonna happen for you.
Sunshine and
to, like,
rainbows and
exactly. And then there was something that I don't even remember what it was, and then I was just like, well, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So 24th of February is
It's Pisces. Yeah, it's
Pisces.
Pisces.
Okay. All right. Going forward, what is the plan for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to keep creative and keep writing music. I have a lot of songs that I want to release this year, and I'm excited about that, and excited to have the opportunity that I do to keep releasing music. So that's basically it. When the world allows, I hope to be back out there and performing and traveling and doing all the things that I love to do. But for now, it's just to keep safe and keep creative.
And if people want to get hold of you, how do they do that?
Yes, connect with me on Instagram and Facebook at Nasrene Music. It's ENE Music. And yeah, you could just Google me like Paul did and find my dissertation. But yeah, come find me on Instagram.
Very, very cool. Nasrene, thank you so much. And best of luck for the future. And I know that you actually are going to make a very, very big success of this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Paul. I
Awesome.
appreciate that. And thanks for having me on.